it's Ava and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today we're doing another painting random things in my room. This is part 3 of that series, so if you want to go see the other part, I'll just put a card up here somewhere or in this corner. I don't remember which corner it's in. But yeah, this is basically a series where I take a bunch of random things that couldn't be painted in their own video and I paint them. Sorry, I forgot to finish my sentence. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you happen to like this video and you want to see more of this series, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. It helps out my channel a lot. And also, while I'm talking about plugging other things, go follow my other socials. Let's get into the video. So I went over to my craft drawer, which is basically just
a hoard of things that I'm eventually going to paint.
And I just picked a bunch of things that I don't have enough of to make into their own series. Like this rubber ducky. I could do a whole series on painting rubber duckies, but also,
how many ideas could you really have for that?
like, I didn't have many design ideas for this one, and I honestly struggled to come up with one, but if you want me to try to paint these for a series, let me know. Anyways, moving on to more items, I grabbed my Posca pens, a fanny pack, and a really flat rock. So this is everything I managed to grab out of the craft drawer, and I want to start with this one. I'm only picking 3 items for this video, so I'm going to pick the frame, and then I'm also going to pick, the rock. So these are all the items I picked. I wanted them to be like as different from each other as possible because the series is called Random Things, not Things That Go Together. But anyways, on to something that actually matters. I'm gonna start with this one. So my idea for this probably should have been done like a few months ago because this was like a trend a few months ago. I just never hopped on the art trend, if that makes sense. As I was unpackaging this little thing fell out. I guess it was just an extra little one of these knob holder things.
I don't know what they're called.
So I took the back off the frame, and honestly, me trying to take these little things and flip them up, it took me a really long time. At first I tried to turn them sideways, I don't know. But for what I'm doing today, I only need the like middle glass part, so I'm just gonna put the rest of this to the side. In case you couldn't already tell, I'm doing the Spotify wall art trend. I wanted to do this like a few months ago, but I never had the chance to. But we're doing it today, and I'm very excited. So the song I wanted to use was Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. So I printed out the Sour album cover, and then my printer just decided to break, so that happened. My printer has been doing that to things for like a month now, and we just don't know how to fix it. So if you know how to fix it, please let me know. But anyways, I also printed this out a bunch of times on my sprocket and finally had a good one. So I cut off the little extra scrap pieces, and then I decided where I wanted it to go, and I peeled off the little sticker back thing because my sprocket printed this on sticker paper, so
that was helpful.
So then I put my little sticker where I wanted it, and I started sketching out what I wanted the actual design to be. I tried using a white colored pencil, but that did not work. But then I decided to use a pink highlighter because it's the only thing that would actually show up and let me sketch things. I tried using a white Posca pen, but honestly the highlighter color was just blending into my Posca pen and it just wasn't showing up or working. So I used black instead. I would have originally used black anyway, but I saw everyone using white, so that's what I just decided to go with. I honestly think that this one looks better with the black because with the white it just would have looked faded and like kind of gross, so kind of glad I changed my mind. I tried tracing the cap of the Posca pen to get like a neat circle for this, but it just was not working out. It looked so messy and I kept messing up, so then I had to keep wiping it off, and it was just a whole thing. This was not my favorite part. This was my least favorite part. Eventually I evened it out as much as I could and I started filling it in. I think it would have been neater if I just tried to like freehand the circle because this did not work out. I wiped off the extra highlighter and then I realized that I accidentally got paint up there. And luckily all the paint that I messed up on just scratched off, so I was able to get that off really easily. But then I started sketching out the little pause button with a Sharpie. I just figured this would be the neatest way to do it instead of going right in with the Posca pen because it's really thick. But then I filled in the rest of the circle and this part got a little bit messy, but it's fine.
It looks normal in the end, I promise.
Then I went over some of the other details like the little heart, and I redid that line in black after the white paint dried, but I messed it up a little bit. Just ignore that.
I fixed it eventually, don't worry.
I think I already said this before, but I picked Traitor as a song from this album, so now I'm just painting on the words and I'm writing Olivia Rodrigo's name under it with Sharpie because I needed her name to be smaller than the title of the song, so I just went with a fine tip Sharpie, and now I'm just adding the final details like the little timestamps, and I'm done. I really like how this turned out. I wish I could have made it a little bit neater, but painting on the words was pretty hard to do, so I think I did a decent job. Next, we're going to be painting the rock. I didn't really have any good design ideas for this one, so I just kind of did drips because I thought that would be cool. I know this is a really basic idea and I feel like I do drips all the time, but I don't know, I just wanted to do it. Also, I think this Posca pen is broken because whenever I'm painting with it and I like click it, it releases so much paint. This time I didn't even care though because it honestly helped me get this done faster, but it did ruin my chances of painting the back of the rock.
It's fine, I don't care.
But I did try to make it look like I went all the way to the back by painting the top of it, so it did end up looking working fine. So I decided that just having pink drips was boring, so I wanted to do a little rainbow border on the outside of the drips. I don't know if this even looks good. I kind of just got carried away with colors and painting on this one. So as I was adding highlights to these drips, I decided that this design was too boring and basic for me. I honestly like it this way. I have no problem with it now. Looking back, I probably should have just left it, but for some reason I decided to add clouds and make it look like the pink sky was dripping down. I don't know where that idea came from. I kind of wish I just left it the way it was, because now that I think about it, I really don't like it.
No, I just had to go and be extra.
So this is the final product slash result. I don't really like it that much. This definitely could have been way less ugly without all the clouds, but
it's too late to change that now.
Anyways, moving on to our last little art project for the day. This is something I've actually never painted before, which is weird because it seems like I've painted everything before, because literally all I ever do is paint, but surprisingly haven't painted this before. Right now you might be wondering,
Hey Ava, what are you turning this into?
I'm turning it into an avocado.
Okay.
This is a really random idea, and I only had this idea because I couldn't come up with any other ones, and I saw 3 colors of Posca pens and I was like, those are avocado colors, and then I decided to make it an avocado because it looks like it's shaped like an avocado. You get the point. I also went with this idea because I couldn't think of anything else, but that's fine. It works. It also would have been perfect if I could have made the head the little like brown part of the avocado. I don't know what that's called. Anyways, I didn't want to do that because I felt like it would look weird to like have a green part, another green part, and then just cut off where the head is and then the brown part. I just figured I could make the beak brown because that would make more sense because it's another part of the body. But painting this section took so long. Like I had to go over it so many times and the paint kept like chipping and cracking, which is kind of weird. But eventually I got to move on to the next section, but this marker just did not work for some reason. So I eventually gave up on that marker and decided to just use regular paint. I didn't want to use paint because I figured if I was already using Posca pens, I was just gonna stick with those. But I had no other choice because my Posca pens just decided to die. And then I just painted on this light green coat, and I'm just gonna let you watch this with music because I think it's satisfying, to be honest. So now I'm just cleaning up the edges because they did get really messy. I also started painting on the eyes, and painting on the eyes was really hard because I could never get them to be like the same shape or like even. Like my least favorite thing about painting anything is doing the face because I always find some way to mess it up, and if you don't believe me, look at the next clip. I tried to change this thing's face so much and have like my own original eye type, but nothing I did was working and it was so ugly. So I just ended up giving up and I just went back to the original way that the rubber ducky eyes were. And to be honest, I'm really happy I did because the other styles I tried were honestly just ugly. But this is the final result. I'm honestly really happy with it. It's just a basic little avocado inspired duck. I don't know. It's a really basic design and doesn't have much detail, but I still like it. That is the end of today's video. If you like this series and you want more of it, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Also, comment below what else you want me to paint or if you have any other video ideas that you want to see me do. And I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!